What's up, everybody? I set up the table saw outside this morning, and I have this piece of, it's what plastic banding is coiled up around it, and we use it, and it's just, you throw it away. It's just cardboard. What I want to do is take some sheets of cardboard that I have a whole bunch of this stuff, and I'm going to cut them into strips as wide as this, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Well, that's how much I got cut. That should be good enough for what I need it for. Let's get on to the next step. So now what I want to do is roll it as tight as I can get it. And just keep rolling. And when I run out of one sheet, just add another one to it. I'm not going to tape it or anything. I'm just going to wrap it up around it. So, there we go. Well, here we are. After I rolled them all up, I kept stacking them and rolling and rolling and rolling them, and I got like this. Looks like a firework, doesn't it? So now, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I got two bags of this wax here, 100% natural soy wax, and they were $10 a bag, and they were 30% off of that, so I got it for like 25 bucks. I don't know. So, that sound right. So now what I'm going to do is melt that down into a double boiler, and I'm going to show you next. This is for the people who do not know what a double boiler is. You get a pot with water in it, you heat it up, and all you do is put your wax in here, and instead of putting it straight on a flame, it'll heat this up slowly and it'll melt all the wax. That's what a double boiler is. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to put it in there and melt it away. It's going to take a while. I start off with hot water, naturally, because you're going to want to wait for cold water to heat up, and that is a lot of wax, and I think it's going to cook down. I might be able to get 2 bags in there. From the looks of it, no, but I'll add a little bit. There you go. Got about half bag left. When that cooks down, it'll melt, and it'll make more room for the rest of it. So wait for that to cook down. Oh, there you go. It's all melted, and took longer. It went quicker than I thought it was going to. So now I have to get it and put it on my hickey-do. Now this is my hickey-do. I put a little piece of dryer lint down there as like a wick to get it started, and I don't know if this is going to be enough wax, but we're going to use as much as we can. If it's too much, well, anyways, I built this little holder in case it spills out, because as every married man knows, they don't want to do anything for their wife to kill them. So it's going to flow down into the flutes. These are called flutes in cardboard. They have different flutes, A, B, C, D, and E. I think they're different size flutes. This is a B. It's probably C flute here. So I'm going to get with the pouring. So let's get going. You don't want to go crazy with it, because you know how hot wax is. Everybody does. And it looks like it's absorbing it very quickly. I'm going to try to go around as even as I can. Oh, I got some on the floor. I don't want that. Try to go out all the way around the edges, and then I might it might work, folks. It might be enough. Holy cow. That worked out quite well. Now I'm just going to let this set and scrape this up off the floor. It'll be alright. So let it set and cool off. Well, I just pulled it off the bottom. I kept picking it up and it was still wet in the middle and it was still hot. And I guess it was insulated by so many coils. But I finally got it done. And a couple of them I broke off and I melted onto the top and stuff like that. But looked like it taken pretty good. The top, however, looks fine. Everything went down through the flutes and the cardboard and solidified. So now all we have to do is take it up into the woods and light this little bugger and just see how long it burns. So until then, let's get going. Well, I made the trek up here in the wagon and I brought it up in the fire pit that somebody built and nobody's using. So I have this piece of dryer lint. I'll light that and we'll just see what happens. There, oh, didn't light. Uh-oh. I don't think it's going to work, folks. Okay, it's got spots walking around now. Well, it's been 9 minutes in, and you can clearly see it's not working as good as I thought it was going to. I don't know, maybe I should pick up on one side. Maybe that'll get some air up through the flutes. I don't know. I don't think that'll work. I'll just let it burn and see if it'll finally catch down in through the middle or down on the bottom and work its way up. I don't know. So I'll get back to you in a few minutes. You can start to see smoke coming out from underneath the bottom, right under over here. And it's burning right down in all the way through. You know, you can see down in there. So, yeah, it's on fire. It's burning underneath there. It's gonna burn up here in a few minutes. After it gets hot enough, it's starting to burn the side here. Any second now, that's gonna puff real quick and catch fire. Well, it's been 30 minutes and it finally caught fire. So we'll just keep on recording. In a few minutes I'll give you an update. Well, it's been around 40 minutes and it was just starting to smolder and a lot of smoke coming off of it. So what I did is I picked it up and put some rocks under there. I think it gets more airflow up underneath and it's burning a lot smoother and not smoking as bad. So I imagine it'll probably totally burn out within about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But I just didn't want all the white smoke to, going anywhere or trigger anybody. Oh my God, there's a forest fire or something. So I'll just try to keep it like it's, burning as hot as possible. It's not doing as good as I thought it was, but we'll keep checking on it. Well, it's been 45 minutes and it kind of burned out the side right here, and that the other side about part of the way in just collapsed on it and it started burning up pretty good. So this is probably as high as the fire is going to get, as good as the fire is going to get, and that's probably 4 foot high. So we'll keep monitoring it and keep going in and out of it. I like a good campfire, sitting around a fire, drinking a beer. That's good times, man. But it's like What time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock, and I ain't drinking beer at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I guess I was wrong, because the sides kind of fell apart, and the roll is separating, and the air's getting up through there, and it's really blazing hot now. I'm about 5 foot, and this is going to burn for about, I don't know. Well, we got about 55 minutes in, and all we got is the core, the middle part of it. It's still burning. I'm thinking that's probably where I had the most wax. I don't know, but I don't think that's going to burn as long as I thought it was going to burn. But it's cardboard. When this started going over here, boy, that really intense radiant heat off of it. So this will probably burn out in a little while, all the way down to ashes. Now I'm just playing with it, taking the layers off a little and letting it burn. You still see a little bit of coating of wax in there. Well, there you have it. Kind of a fail, but that's fine. I'm thinking if I made another one, what I would do is, as I coiled it, I would put like wood dowels in there, like little skinny, probably 1/4-inch wood dowels, and around the wrappings to give it some airflow, and then do it like that. But there you go. That's pretty much it. So I'll stomp this totally out, scatter this out, let it cool off, and then there you go. Thanks for watching.